Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Wrist Beards and Gear, we check out the freshest, most affordable versions of in-ear monitors from 64 Audio, the Aspires 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we gotta have the in-ear monitor talk once again because things just keep getting better and better. Today, we're going to talk about the new Aspire 1, 2, and 3 universal in-ear monitors from 64 Audio. I think these are pretty cool for a couple of different reasons. And before we go any further, this is not a sponsored video. 64 Audio does not have any input in this video, and you should know that I am a longtime 64 Audio artist. However, they just sent me these a very long time ago, like 6 or 7 months ago, sorry guys. And I'm just checking them out for a video. All thoughts and opinions are mine. So back, I don't know, about maybe a year ago or so, I did a video for the Aspire 4 universal in-ear monitors from 64 Audio, and those were a 4-driver system. Those were a little warm on the price for a lot of people, and I saw a lot of comments asking, well, where's like, the 1 and 2 driver versions of these? They're finally here, you can finally get them, and as the name would imply, the Aspire 1 is a single driver, the Aspire 2 is a dual driver, and the Aspire 3 is a triple driver. And in this video, I'm going to kind of talk over the differences and the individual specs and sonic characters of all 3 of these models. So while all 3 of these models have different numbers of drivers, there are some similarities between all of the different models, including, but not limited to, ergonomic ABS shells, stainless steel nozzles, IPX detachable cables, and the entire range of the Aspire in-ear monitor systems feature the Apex pressure relief valve. And I've talked about this in the past, but essentially with 64 Audio in-ears, you get the effect of a speaker, and that lets air come in your ear canal and back out, as opposed to just sealing off your ear and pummeling your eardrum. This is my favorite part of these. So first, let's start with the Aspire 1. Now the Aspire 1, like I said before, is a single driver unit. And with this, you're going to find balanced rich bass, but simplicity and reliability. There's not a lot going on internally. Again, it's a single driver as opposed to, its older siblings and its older uncles that have, a dozen drivers or more. The Aspire 1 is a great entry point and starting point for anyone wanting to get into the IEM game. Now moving on from the Aspire 1, let's talk about the Aspire 2. Now with an increased amount of drivers, double the drivers for the Aspire 2, I would say I hear more crispy top end, and I'm also gonna get more clarity in a vocal. I would say if you're a live performer and musician playing gigs and having your first IEM build, I would start with the Aspire 2 personally, because this is gonna be a nice balance between budget and sound quality. Now, moving on from the Aspire 2 and going on to the Aspire 3, the 3 is going to give you more clarity in the top end and more smoothness in the mid-range. So comparatively to, say, the Aspire 1, you're gonna get a lot less qual in the mid-range because there's simply more drivers. So everything is gonna start evening out with the Aspire 3. Now, if you are a band member and gigging musician that already has an existing pair of, I don't know, let's say the $100 Shure IEMs, upgrading to these will change your life. So speaking personally and my own use case for something like universal in-ears, I like these specifically for putting in my backpack, and it's when I have my main gigging in-ears away and they're packed away with the Rogue cases or the guitars or the boats, etc., etc. So I would have something like the Aspire 3, and I would also have something like the Walrus Audio Canvas Rehearsal, and I can plug into this, I can get a guitar tone, I can pipe in and practice along on my set on a Spotify playlist, and I can also have a metronome handy right in the hotel room, right? So I would have the Aspire 3s and the Rehearsal together in my backpack. I take them out, I rehearse, I'm good to go for the gig the next day. That's really it. The Aspire series really add the pro level sound quality that I love about 64 Audio into the Aspire series in a more budget friendly version than the $1,800 versions that I have long been touring with. And also, they are a great option if you have a main set already and are looking for a backup or second pair that you can easily travel with as well. Pretty cool. I will link down below in the description if you'd like to know more things about Aspire or 64 audio. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.